The following is a presentation of the Noise Space Network. Find more great podcasts at noisespace.xyz. We begin in Southern California 3 decades ago. 2 red souls were brought to this earth, separated by just a scant few miles and unbeknownst to each other. The fates kept them separate as they grew from brash whelps into homosexual young women with hard opinions about cheaply made processed foods. One of them, a black-clad warrior, fighting for metals heavy and corn syrups high fructose. The other, a living embodiment of no-calorie soda, literally begging the gods to strike her down where she stands, or at least strike her with a cease and desist order. Now, the world has united these two to clash over their cheap foodstuffs, and we meet them here, the battlefield, where they are destined for eternal combat. Ladies and ghouls, it is my pleasure to welcome you to Diet Coke and Lilith's House of Snacks.
I'm Diet Coke.
And I'm Lilith! And this is our House of Snacks. Diet Coke.
What's up, bitch?
I have a story to tell. And
Okay.
before I tell this story, if there
We
are
all
any,
do, don't we? Sorry, go ahead.
if there are any bosses that are listening to this podcast right now,
Mm-hmm.
turn it off. And
Yeah,
that's for this particular
That-
story, but also
yeah. Yeah, bosses, this is a no bosses zone.
no boss zone.
Buddy Velastro, if I catch your ass listening to the House of Snacks...
Yeah, I don't care if you are my boss at a company that I work at. I don't care if you're Diet Coke's boss. I don't care if you're the
Right.
cake boss. I don't care if you're
Bruce Springsteen.
I was just about to say fucking Bruce Springsteen. God damn it. I don't care if you're Tony Danza.
Yeah.
That's a little too
Well,
close.
Tony Danza may be like the jury's out.
Yeah.
Tony Danza is
but I'm saying-
provisionally not allowed to listen to the show. If he can prove definitively that Angela was the boss,
Yeah.
we'll let him in.
Yeah. So
Character
here's
names I know only because of Community, a different show than the
Same.
one that is about.
okay. So hold me closer, Tony Danza.
Can I just say, Cake Boss is selling these fucked up, individually like bagged pieces of cake that I really want to try, but I don't think either of us will be able to get because I saw them on
Okay.
Blue Sky. It's probably only on the East Coast, but
Yeah.
if you see those, fucking buy them. I want to try them.
Yeah. So today we have scheduled a recording of this here podcast, and we both have time reasons why this has to happen in a particular spot. We kind of booked up our Wednesday when usually our Sunday. Listen, folks, if you're listening to this, I know there hasn't been a lot of podcasts coming to you. We officially have a lost episode now, which I'm choosing to
True.
treat as a fun little novelty and not what it actually is, which is a tragedy of technical circumstance.
We had a great guest.
yes.
Put out, we I guess we didn't put out. We recorded a great episode.
Recorded a great
and it
episode
is,
with a great guest.
Sands through the hourglass.
You'll never know what we think about
Lost
regular
time.
Skittles Popped now.
No.
That's lost to time.
And to maintain the sanctity of the lost episode, we're gonna have that guest on again, I'm
Yes.
sure. But if any of the three of us ever tries to say our opinions on regular Skittles Popped,
Yeah.
Tony Cutts, resident House of Snacks editor, I know
Yes.
you're listening. I want you to bleep that out. I
Yes.
don't want that going out on air.
It's truly it's can't be known. We've been having a lot of like
lost.
logistical difficulties with making this show, but we are committed to bringing you this show, which I'm now about to regale you all with a tale of how fucking committed we are. So
Yeah, it's gonna get this tail.
today's snack, I didn't have it at the beginning of today, but you
Oh, wow.
told me, hey, it's at Safeway.
Well, yeah.
It's at Albertsons, nay Safeway.
Which owns Safe? Yeah,
Right.
exactly. I think it's actually Safeway, nay Albertsons. I don't know. I guess how does the nay work when
Motherfuck.
one's the owner? Doesn't matter.
Who gives a shit is actually my answer to that.
I thought I did, and then as I was saying it out loud, I was like, I don't give a shit. What am I doing here?
So, there's a Safeway by where I work. I go to that Safeway on my lunch break. And I usually go to like a Taco Bell on that same lunch break, but because I'm going to the Safeway, I'm like, okay, I will get like a drink and one of their pre-made sandwiches at Safeway while I'm getting today's snack. I do successfully procure today's snack and a sandwich that I didn't like very much.
I want to pin that for later. I want to come back to the sandwich, but I don't want to disrupt the story.
Gotcha. I come back, try to eat. I eat like half the sandwich, and I put the snack for today on my desk.
And so you did find it at the Safeway?
I did find it at the Safeway. Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then
I feared that I had led you astray. And then,
as my work is, sometimes I'm at my desk, sometimes I am on site at locations. I work 9 to 5. This is my 3 o'clock appointment, which is usually my last appointment of the day because my schedule is like 1 to 2 hours for each appointment. I leave. I'm literally like halfway to my appointment. I text my coworker, hey, did I leave those cookies at the office? And he sends me back a picture of the cookies that I left at the office.
damn.
So I go to my appointment. I get out of the appointment round 4. Right?
Yeah.
So I drive. I'm on my way home. Now, technically, I should be going back to the office. But
Sure.
if I get into the office, that means I have to stay at the office until 5.
Sure.
So I don't do that.
Yeah.
I go to the Safeway
Love
that is
this for you.
closer to my house. Right?
Sure. Oh no, I'm so scared.
They don't have it.
No.
Now, what are you?
I'm so sorry.
Now, what are you thinking? I could go back to the office and.
Or you could go back to the other Safeway.
But if I go back to the office, I have to stay
Yeah.
there until 5.
Mhm.
So that's the story of how I got the Milanos that are in my hand, which are not the Milanos, which are still sitting on my desk. Is I went to the
So you
Safeway that was
back to the
2
Safeway.
blocks from my office and did not go into my office.
Were you like sweating bullets that someone from the office would see you there?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Did I eye a certain Prius that was in the parking lot at the Safeway being like, God, I hope that's not my coworker. I fucking hope that's not my coworker. Watching me go back into the Safeway that everybody knows that I was just in and buying a new package of the cookies that everybody knows that I bought.
Yeah, because you were even texting your like this. The info's out there about your big trip to Safeway.
Yep. Yep. So
Wow. The
I
links-
hope I
the
like
links-
these because
I hope so too. Okay, can we circle back to the sandwich?
let's circle back to that sandwich.
So this actually isn't technically about the sandwich, but I
Okay.
wanted to ask about the Safeway, like
Prepared
the food
foods.
counter, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because here in sunny California,
Yes.
nobody calls it that,
Right.
unless we're singing the Beverly Hillbillies theme song.
Right.
In which case, I actually don't think they say that. Unless we're singing the Beverly Hillbillies theme song and anachronistically singing it in the song like the characters
Jesus.
say in the show.
What a road
That is the
we've
one
gone on.
circumstance in which someone from California will call it California.
Isn't there also a Beach Boys song where they say it that way?
Yeah. I wish they all could be California girls. Yeah.
A different Beach Boys song. I don't know which one it is. Is it? Wait. No. Wait, I do. Unless this
is it on Pet
is
Sounds? I really only know Pet Sounds.
Surfin' USA. Because to
I'm not familiar
rhyme
with that.
Surfin' USA with California USA, California. I'm fairly certain.
Oh, I believe that. I'm really only familiar with Pet Sounds and some of the stuff from the Smile sessions, but I
Okay.
can't really speak to their earlier surf
Yes,
rock hits.
yes, okay. That everybody's surfing, ooh, like California. Okay, I was correct. Anyway.
I mean, I believe you.
All right.
Anyway, here in California,
Yes.
which, as we all know, nobody says it like that.
Except for the Beach
it's
Boys
Hillbillies
and Beverly
the Beach
Hillbillies.
Boys. Albertsons,
Yes.
which owns Safeway, which has the
Yes.
same generic brands as Safeway.
Wild that Albertsons is in Texas.
Are they?
Yes.
Wow.
That's the equivalent
'Cause I
brand
know-
in Texas, but not in Oregon. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that is strange. But anyway, they're kind of known as being a spot as their food counter has fried chicken that's a little bit better than the food counters at other grocery stores.
Sure.
And I tend to enjoy grocery store fried chicken, if I'm
Okay.
being honest. So I was just wondering if you'd ever sampled the Safeway fried chicken and if it holds a similar, that's how to say that word, reputation.
Yeah, as we all know that the Beach Boys and the Beverly Hillbillies say similar that way.
It's a similar, yeah.
Here's can I tell you something?
Sure.
This is such a long road to get here just to find a sign that says we don't have what you're looking for. I'm not crazy about fried chicken.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You don't like it?
I'm not.
You don't-
I'm not crazy. This is not my potato chips thing.
I was about to
I'm
bring
just
up potato
not-
chips.
I'm not crazy about it. It's not.
Interesting.
I'm not going out of my way for fried chicken.
Do you like to eat meat off the bone generally, or are you more of a boneless gal?
I'm so much of a boneless gal. I love a nug.
Interesting. My beautiful wife Casey's the same way. I love to rip some flesh off a bone.
The only bone flesh that I like to rip. Fun sentence. Yep. It would be ribs. Ribs. I mean, yeah.
Sure.
Fuck yeah, ribs.
My beautiful wife Casey, she recently had ribs for the first time, and she also admitted, like, yeah, this is a much better bone sensation than
Yeah.
it doesn't give me the same icks that a lot of bone meat often gives.
Yeah, a lot of bone meat will
I
give you icks because there's a lot of connective tissue in there that is just not my favorite.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm not trying to judge, but I said give me that connective tissue.
Okay.
You rip it off.
I appreciate you not trying to air and judge.
What? Oh, okay. I could tell. I could hear that it was.
Didn't really have anything there. It's just that I heard you say the word judge, and my brain free associated, and so I decided, hey, let's pull back over there. I wanted to say the name of a baseball player.
Yeah, I do think that you shouldn't have to be vaccinated to play in the MLB. So I was Aaron judging a little bit. That's not a true opinion. I just want to say that.
Is that true of Aaron Judge? I didn't know that.
Oh, isn't that like a
no?
He like big time?
I
Pretty
just
big
don't
time about
fucking
that?
pay attention to Aaron Judge. Is the
That's
thing.
fair. I think he's a pretty big anti-vax guy.
I pay attention to him as a yardstick to the other hitter. Okay, one more divergione. The Seattle Mariners are doing really well right now.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, which rules.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
should we hear that snack description?
Let's hear that fucking snack description, baby. Yeah. Pepperidge Farm Milano White Chocolate Lemon is a delicious cookie with a white chocolate lemon filling. It's lemon, it's white chocolate, it's Milano. What aren't you getting right now? There's 3 ingredients: lemon, white chocolate, and Milano. Go to school, you fucking idiot. All right, so
we've got a special Milano today.
And I want to say that when I did bring my haul from Safeway into my office, my coworker said, "Oh yeah, I know those." And I had to like point out, "No, you don't. No, you fucking don't."
Little twist.
Yeah, these are lemon white chocolate Milanos.
Now, we have done a Milano variant on the show in the past, I'm pretty sure.
Orange?
That sounds perhaps true.
Or pumpkin.
We go for the citrus, I guess. It might have been pumpkin.
I remember them being orange.
Yeah. We've also done a lot of Oreo variants.
Yes.
And I think you and I both kind of run contrary to popular belief. I think there is this popular belief that Oreo variants are mostly bad.
Yeah.
I think they're mostly good or fine, and I feel
Yes.
like that is kind of the position of this show.
Yeah.
Milano, for being the fancier cookie,
Yeah.
for being I think Milano also is a cookie that I kind of think of in the same way that we think of Diet Coke as a MILF drink.
Yes.
I think Milano's
It's a
kind of
MILF
a MILF
cookie. Yeah.
They're MILFlanos, really.
Yes.
I think sometimes they get into trouble with the variations. I think it's can be a high risk, high reward situation.
And can I tell you why I think that is?
Why is that?
A lot of Milano variants you are taking out because when you're talking about switching out the ingredients of an Oreo, while we do enjoy the regular Oreo, we're not talking about particularly high caliber ingredients in either of them. Cream, chocolate cookie, whatever.
Yeah.
When we're talking about swapping out the filling of a Milano, we're going from dark chocolate to a lot of times Halloween candy bullshit.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
So that can cause a problem.
Yeah, and so I guess we'll see how they do with the lemon. I will say I opened my bag. They smell exactly like lemon Oreos, which is to tie it all together.
They do! Oh, no!
But you know what? I fucking love lemon Oreos.
No,
I think lemon Oreos are so good.
But like
But
compared
we want
to
the Milano to distinguish itself.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and I'm feeling like we are getting kind of a higher quality, a little bit more elevated, because it is lemon white chocolate as opposed to like lemon white cream or whatever, or just lemon cream.
True. How do you feel about white chocolate in general? I must have asked you this question before.
I am a white chocolate. I don't want to call myself a white chocolate defender, but I'm more of a like white chocolate isn't as bad as everybody says it is kind of person.
I would call myself a white chocolate defender. I love white chocolate.
I think white chocolate is so good in so many applications that it's put in.
Agree completely.
That's the thing about it, is like, I'm not going to eat a hunk of white chocolate like I am going to eat a hunk of dark chocolate. But when you put, like, for example, one of my favorite, if you're talking about like, what's your favorite kind of cookie? White chocolate macadamia nut.
Hell yeah. I was coerced recently into buying some cookies. And so I chose the white chocolate macadamia.
That's an insane sentence, bestie. That is... I was coerced into buying cookies.
Well,
was a firearm involved?
No, but there's this gas station where I always go, because it's a specific gas station that has yellow Gatorade and Diet Coke both on tap.
Right.
And I like to mix like...
Holy shit.
Like a 1/5 yellow Gatorade with the rest Diet Coke. Yes. I call it Health Potion. It's so good. It's so
that
fucking
sounds
good.
Incredible. I need to try that so bad.
And for a big old cup of this shit, when you're a rewards member, as I am, it only costs $1.09. But the thing is, they don't like it when I use a debit card to buy it because it's only $1.09, and small businesses can get real mad about that sometimes. And for a long while, I could get away with using my debit card, and they would only give me a stern talking to. But there was a day where they drew the line. And they were like, you need to buy something. You need to add at least $1 more onto your purchase.
Yeah.
And the cookies were $1. And so I bought the cookies.
Yeah.
And I was kind of mad about it, I'll admit. But then I ate the cookies and I was like, God damn, white chocolate macadamia nut cookies do fucking hit, though. They're so good.
And I think, a lot of times it is like, because if you, again, I think we're talking about kind of more quality ingredients. If you're getting like real macadamia nuts in there, fuck yeah, it's pretty good shit. I love macadamia nuts. All right, should we bite into these cookies?
Let's bite into one of these cookies. We are on a time crunch, and we're just here gabbing like we're out to lunch. And It does look noticeably drier than a regular Milano.
Mhm.
I'm seeing a lot of marks on the surface, but I'm gonna bite in. Let's see what happens. Sometime a lemon
Mm-hmm.
cookie, a lemon sweet, I should say, can enter into Fruit Loop territory.
Yes.
You know, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also not necessarily what I want from Milano.
Yes.
And to I'm bringing this up because I do feel this has ventured a little bit into Fruit Loop territory.
Yeah, it's definitely Fruit Loop territory. It's also not enough filling. Is a big thing that I'm noticing. Is that I'm just getting like texturally, I'm just getting cookie. I'm not getting a lot of
I'm
filling.
getting a little
texture.
filling, but it is. I mean, the Milano is always light on the filling. I think that's why it works so well with a nice dark chocolate.
But yeah, that's the thing is you feel it more when it's a nice dark chocolate as opposed to right now. This is.
It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination.
It's not terrible. It's not bad.
It is a pleasant taste.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, I like when a lemon gets a little Fruit Loopy a lot of the time because I like Fruit Loops.
Right.
I'm here to say it.
Yeah.
Fruit Loops are tasty.
Speak your truth, Queen.
And I think it's nice that Fruit Loops have that lemon edge to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think lemon goes well with a nice creamy dairy, like in a milk situation. And I think not a lot of people are strong enough to make the lemon cereal. But I think I like how Fruit Loops just calls it fruit, and it is fruit flavored. It's not just lemon, but there's a lemon edge to it. And I really want to salute Fruit Loop for that lemon edge.
I want to make an amendment because I think I just had a kind of filling light cookie. My second cookie had a better filling.
Brought the filling. That's good.
Yeah,
that is good.
And so I'm going from like a B- to like an A- right now.
I think there's a certain, I don't want to use the word sharpness, but there's a certain, I mean, Halloween candy bullshit maybe is even how I would describe the lemon in this. It is an unnaturally strong lemon flavor.
Yes.
I think because it is such a thin filling labor and because it's also got the white chocolate in there, which is nice, that I think it's it steps outside the Milano flavor palette a little bit.
Yeah. Do you want to just go right into ratings or?
Yeah, let's fucking rate this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna call this a would not buy, but ultimately a would eat. I mean, a would
Ghouls.
eat. That's right. I really need to label my buttons.
You fucked that up so bad.
No. Also, I had to be fucking extra. I'd make an eat sound with a crunch sound effect and an eat sound with a sip sound effect.
Yeah. Yeah. So
anyway, they're good. They taste good, but I'm not gonna fucking spend Milano money on this. I'll just get lemon Oreos, or I'll even get the Signature Select lemon Oreo knockoff, which is $2.50 for an insanely huge bag.
And that's the other thing about these is the price. $4.99 for 15 distinctive cookies.
I do like that the branding on the words 15 distinctive cookies. I will hand them that.
Excellent. It's so
it's very good.
Because it's like, listen, we know those other jackals will be maybe it's 25 cookies in there. Have a good time. We don't give a shit. Sorry, I feel like that was culturally insensitive to Tony Cuts. But Milano is saying, no. We hand placed 15 of these fuckers. We counted. They're not going to be broken. We use quality packaging.
Yeah.
We're the fucking Hermes of cookies, all right?
I don't know what that means, but yeah.
They Hermes makes a number of like purses, watches, things like this.
Okay.
They're very expensive.
I believe you. It sounded like you were trying to convince me for a second there.
The reason I know what Hermes is again just because the job that I have. the like most expensive edition of the Apple Watch. Like you can get like the designer version of the Apple Watch that's made by Hermes, in like collaboration with Apple. Which if that doesn't make you want to like huff your own farts and then stick a barrel of a gun in your mouth, then I don't know
Sure.
what will.
I'd probably just go straight to the gun, to be honest, but that is upsetting information.
You don't want to die with your nostrils full of your own fucking.
I'm not really seeing what kind of clarity or solace that would bring me in my final moments. I understand the instinct to self-harm for sure at seeing something like that, but I feel the gun accomplishes that well enough.
This is fair. I don't want to. So this one is gonna be a would not buy.
I have absolutely no fucking money. I have no hope of getting any money until Coven is finished.
Because it's $5 whole fucking dollars.
$5 for 15 cookies.
However,
That's a third of $1 per cookie. That's too much.
33 cents per cookie. I've spent 66 cents on the cookies that I put in my mouth.
Yeah.
However,
Got a good taste.
it does indeed have a good taste, so that is a would eat
Yeah.
from me.
Yeah.
Which is consensus across the board.
That's true. We're in complete agreement.
Yeah. You know,
We
I
should have a
believe-
sound effect for that.
we've
Well, I did the one actually.
I was very
It's
poor.
not that
that's
one.
not it.
Family.
It's this one.
Family.
That's good. I do like that. You know, before the call began, we had some off podcast talk about how F9. This may just be because I'm fresh off of a view, but it might be the weakest of the Fast and Furious series.
I haven't seen it since Theaters, and I shall not comment.
Yeah. Both John Cena and the young gentleman who they get to play young Jacob Toretto are great. Love seeing Han back, but the script has a lot of real problems. I don't know if you remember when Roman and Tej come out of their the car that has been sent to space, and they're just like they've just got their little diving suits on that have become inflated due to the negative pressure of space. The Russians who are on the space station that rescue them say in Russian, subtitled, "Why do they look like minions?"
Sure, that's tough.
Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a hard moment.
Snack
I
keeper.
truly. Hello.
Yeah. What were you gonna say first before Diet Coke?
I was gonna say I truly hate to say it, but like maybe we do need to get The Rock back in there just to get Vin a little angry.
He's I think 10 was an upswing for the series.
I like
And
10 a lot.
I'm waiting, you know, this will be when I show my girlfriend 10, it'll be watch 2 for me. And I'm excited for it because Jason Momoa is, I think, what actually, like, you're talking about,
really
like, oh, maybe
the
The Rock
thunder.
coming back will be good, but I think Jason Momoa was the presence that the series needed.
Fair.
Anyway.
Can you go back in your fucking cock cages right now so we can end
Yeah,
the
sorry.
show?
I have just been like stroking it so right in front of you, and that is
I don't.
not.
It's not correct.
It's not really a
Not
neighborly
good to
thing to
do.
do. Yeah.
Are we neighbors? That's how you describe our relationship?
No, but neighborly is that's like a way of describing behavior.
Oh, is that true? That's I guess
It's
be
just
a
a
human thing.
It's a nice, you know, a thing
One of your human expressions.
that is good. Are you a fucking Ferengi now?
Lots of aliens say human.
I guess that's true.
Frankie didn't invent it. Sometimes my head is shaped like a butt, too. I didn't steal that from the Ferengi. I just like to shape my fondant skin that way sometimes.
Okay. Do you like it when I touch your ears?
I mean, do I have ears is a question.
That's a good question.
I'm kind of
I feel like
skull-shaped up here.
just kind of depends on how you've shaped your fondant that day.
That's true. And I have ear holes for sure. And I
Right.
love when any of my holes are fingered. So I suppose in that sense, yes, I do love when you touch my ears.
Oh, I really don't love you saying the sentence, I love when my holes are fingered.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, did you
That
think I
one's
love the
not
sentence? I'm
neighborly.
stroking it so right here in front of you.
This is what I just said. That wasn't neighborly of me, and then that
Okay.
wasn't neighborly of you.
Well, what were you doing when you asked me if you like when you touch my ears? What were you asking if not about my sexual proclivities?
You know what? None of us are being very neighborly right now, and I can accept that. I'm sorry that I brought that energy into the space, and then we just continue to bat around that energy here.
Fucking Star Trek fans. Every time I shape my fondant into a bud on the back of my head or say human, you're all talking about the Ferengi. Anytime I choose to wield my batleth, you call me a Klingon.
Do you want to end the show?
Yeah, I'll end the show. Goodbye, ghosts and ghouls. The house of Dead Ghost Cat Christmas gave me a very dirty look when I made that noise. The house of snacks is closed yet again. We'll snack you later.
For more from the House of Snacks, visit patreon.com/House of Snacks. That's patreon.com/House of SNAX.